Good morning, good morning. After a pre-dawn start, I've driven 100 miles south, watching the sun come up over Essex, and I'm now down in the southeast corner of England, in East Sussex, right on the Kent borders, where we're going to run 30 kilometres. While I walk to Race HQ for a last-minute wee, let me tell you all about it. It's Sunday the 24th of September 2025 and I'm running the Rye Ancient Trails 30k option. It's 19.3 miles, 31 kilometres, has nearly 1600 feet, that's 500 metres of elevation, and we'll be running on ancient woodland and farmland, on trails, footpaths and country lanes. I've done my research, there's loads of interesting stuff to share with you, and the start's a couple of minutes walk from the car park, so let's get on with it, shall we? So regular viewers will know that this is my test race before the 28 mile Eco Trail Wicklow with 1800 metres of elevation I've got in just 2 weeks. So I want to get round this steadily, don't want to exhaust myself, don't want to get injured. I just want to see where the fitness is at, just to set expectations. So hopefully I'm going to complete this in about 4 hours. So 12-minute miles, which is what, 7.5-minute Ks. So the route for us is sort of like a figure of 8 on its side. It's a circular-ish route going anti-clockwise, and we head out. Our turnaround point is Northiam away there to the west. It's also a 15k run, and they turn round at that sort of 6-7 mile point. Hey, right. Just got a bit of a queue for the gate, so here we go. Away over there on the horizon you can see Welland Marsh, which is part of the bigger Romney Marsh, a huge area of drained marshland, reclaimed from the sea many years ago. And if you look at it on the map, you can see just how many drains or ditches, I think they call them sewers around here, drains and ditches there are to drain it. Amazing feat of engineering. So after a 15-minute delay at that style, just run past a little place called Salt Barn, and I can only imagine that used to be where salt was stored, perhaps after being created from the marshland down at Welland Marsh. This part of the country forms part of an area called High Weald, which is a huge area, 550 square miles, something like that, and it's one of the largest areas of outstanding natural beauty in the country. Thanks, marshals. Well done. So our second Norman church is All Saints at Iden. It has a 12th century nave, a very old font and a medieval stone altar.
Oh, keep going! Oh my god!
There's a reason they call this place the Garden of England. And that's a cherry tree amongst the apples. And I wonder if that's to do with keeping pests and diseases off the cherries. These are beautiful apples, aren't they? You're going to buy apples, buy English apples. And this is a vineyard, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, there, look at the grapes. Beautiful English grapes. Going to make delicious English wine. And in fact, this the wines, they make a very good dry, sparkling white wine on the south coast here, which rivals champagne in blind tasting competitions. It's really very good indeed. Quack, 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 quack. So these are oast houses, originally used for drying hops. They would take the hops off the vines, spread them across a wooden floor that had slats on the wood with fires underneath, and dry them from the damp condition that they came in off the field, take them down to really dry, and they were much easier to pack, much easier to transport. And what the brewers wanted for adding to beer, the hoppy taste is a bitterness, and there are many different varieties of hops, and they all add different flavours to different beers. Maybe have a beer later. We're now on a trail called the High Wheel Landscape Trail. Can't remember how long it is, but it's a great long route across the high wheels to this area of outstanding natural beauty. So I think those are sweet chestnuts. So they look a bit like conkers crossed with a sea urchin, much finer spines. And I think they're sweet chestnuts. They're the sort that we eat at Christmas. Just hit 7 miles, so a third of the way. What are we at? An hour and a half, so looking like 4.5 hour timing, although we lost 15 minutes of course at that style. So oh, but I don't know what the elevation's going to be like in the second half, so we'll see.
Oh, watch out! Right. Don't do what he just did.
Oh, you've just been warned about a potential hornet problem on this next section, so not there's anything we can do about it.
That's the important bit.
Here we go.
There's medics at the next stop. Keep going. Well done, mate. Well done. Keep going. They're still behind you.
So the advice there was sprint through and don't stop till you got to the sweet corn. That's what I did. And new strides would pay off.
Southern thing. If you've been stung with hornets, get cold water on it. Pour cold water down your back or anywhere. Don't rub it because that'll knock the sting out as well.
Right, right, okay.
If you think it went in your hair, lean your head forward this way. I've done this, lady.
Medics taking care of the people who got stung. So just over 9 miles. In a minute we're going to turn off towards Northiam, and between 9.5 and 10.5 that's an out and back section, so we'll have other people coming the other way who are ahead of us. Nice flock of lambs. It's always rather hard running across a field, across the tram lines. Oh, that's a wobbly one.
Yeah, it is.
Bit of a wobbly style here, fella. I'm not reading anything into how many people are coming back the other way, so already 1.5 miles ahead of me, because we were held up for 15 minutes at that style, so it's a lottery really as to where you were in that first 2k. So not only are we running across the tram line to this one, I've been out with a muck spread already, so a little bit on the stinky side. So there's the water station, and this church in Northiam is 12th century. The tower was heightened twice, probably so it can stick out above these trees. But that's the turnaround point on the way home now.
Come on, we'll see you. So this church is All Saints Beckley, and again built in the 1100s, so another Norman church, and still has a font from that era. 900-year-old church. Thanks, marshals. If you're enjoying this or getting any value out of it, do feel free to give it a like or a thumbs up. Helps YouTube share it with other runners, makes me happy. And if you've got any comments you want to make about anything I say or suggestions, then please do add them. I read all the comments and I try and reply to everyone. So thank you for watching. That was a bit faster than I intended. So 13 miles, 21k, just had another little water stop with some Haribos. That was really good. So a couple of miles through the woods, nothing too hilly. Just forcing you to keep going, steady pace, practicing the endurance pace that we'd learnt. So yeah, really quite happy with that. Just had the last water station, which is back in that supermarket, which is closed on a Sunday. It's interesting. Don't often see that these days. Going downhill now.
Whee! Downhill.
So we're now coming up to our final Norman church, St Peter and St Paul's of Peasmarsh. Again, built in the early 1100s. Obviously work will have been done to it, but fundamentally the building and that tower have been here for 900 years. If you carry on down that lane there, I think it is. If you carry on down that one, I think it's called Starve Crow Lane, you'll come to Blossom Wood Farm, and that's the house where Paul McCartney has lived since 1973. Final stretch, another beautiful apple orchard. Glamping. So this farm has a wedding venue there, the cherry barn. So you've got to imagine they grow cherries here too. Thank you. Look how wobbly that roof line is. That'll tell you how old that barn is. So there's a lovely view. You do look well. Have you had a good summer? So there was quite a iron and steel industry around here because they found iron ore, and there's also an awful lot of trees to make charcoal, and they use the charcoal to create furnaces to try and melt the iron out of the iron ore, but it needed to be hotter really. So somebody somewhere, I can't remember who, invented a thing called a blast furnace where you forced air into your charcoal and it made it much, much hotter. So in a traditional blacksmith's forge, you'd see bellows. And what they did not far from here at Beckley furnace, they built a blast furnace in 1578 that used a water wheel from the River Tillingham to drive the bellows to smelt the iron, and that water wheel and furnace lasted for the next 200 years into the 1700s, and they used it for smelting down the iron and making cannons for the navy. If I can get to the finish in less than 3.5 minutes, I'll have done 4 hours 15. So with that 15 minutes we lost, then that's 4-hour finish. Come on. I've got 90 seconds to get to the end. Thank you. Thank you.
Julia Berry, even further away, Rushton Runners in Hertfordshire.
Woo. There we go. 30k done, slightly over. I'm really pleased with that. I wanted 4 hours, sub 4 hours, and I came in at 4:14. But of course we lost 15 minutes queuing at that stile on kilometre 2. But knowing where my fitness was, I think I acquitted myself well today, and so I'm very pleased with that. Yeah, it was hard. Muscles hurt, needed to dig in, did dig in. Race itself really good, nice route, just challenging enough, not too challenging. Plenty of marshals, loads of marshals, plenty of drink stops and Haribos and things at several of those stops. So yeah, really good. Thanks ever so much for joining me, and I hope to see you on the next video very soon. Enjoy your running. Ta-ra now.